text. Pleiadian extraterrestrial Swaruu's message to humanity 1. Who are we? Goshier's cosmic agency. Yaji Swaruu is a young extraterrestrial with an ancient soul who has been in written live contact with us almost daily since December 2017. She and the Pleiadian Tegetean team have been in contact with us and others. Goshia. Hello Swaruu, thank you so much for meeting tonight. Swaruu. Thank you for being with me. Goshia. First of all, please tell us, who are you? Swaruu. Most of us are from the planets Era and Tema, which orbit the star Taygeta in the Pleiades cluster, 422 light-years away. We are a working fleet of nearly 18,000 Taygeteans. Dimensions/densities. Goshia. From what dimension are you? Swaruu. We are from the 5th density. We prefer to call them densities, rather than dimensions. Anyway, all areas outside of Earth are density 5. The Earth is kept by humans, in a super high 3rd density. The normal universe is 5th density. Having said that, we do not observe these densities as people on Earth do. We observe everything as a whole, a slight gradient of increasing frequency as a whole. Densities cannot be separated. There is no wall between them. Gossier, we will definitely discuss the topic of densities in more depth in the future. For now, you said you have about 18,000 Taygeteans on several ships. Are you permanently stationed in Earth's orbit, or are you moving? How far are you from Earth? Swaruu. Depending on the mission of each ship, they are placed at several orbital altitudes. Some are at a 490,000 kilometers orbit. The large ships are basically static. The smaller ones move around everywhere. Goshia. What are the missions of these different ships? Swaruu. Some ships are command and control. They're to monitor, organize, and control everything. There are 2 flagships, and I am on one of them. Others are dedicated to enforcing the blockade. There is also 1 science ship. Additionally, there are several smaller, agile vessels that can perform multiple tasks. Then the most numerous ships are shuttles, going back and forth. These are mostly disc-shaped or box-shaped. Goshia, can you elaborate on the meaning of ships dedicated to enforcing the blockade? Swaruu. We forbid ships without a clear motivation from leaving or entering Earth. This prevents hostile forces from entering and strengthening negative forces on Earth. It also prevents negative groups from smuggling people from Earth to be sold as slaves or meat on several black markets, especially in Orion and Zeta Reticuli. The blockade is mainly carried out by 3 races. Taygetians are responsible for command and control, as well as the Alfratans from Alpha Centauri and the Antarians, who are responsible for enforcement. Goshia. Okay, we will discuss the negative agenda in a separate video, as it's a very in-depth topic. I want to ask 2 things. Are the small moving ships what most of us call UFOs? Some of them? Swaruu. Yes. Goshia. And then you said you monitor ships going in and out. Now this might be another topic again. But about the secret space program ships. Have they left Earth? Have they bypassed your blockade? Swaruu. There are many ships. Some are in areas like S4, Area 51, but most large aircraft are on the Moon and are controlled by the Planetary Alliance. The US secret space programs, SSP, have lost all their large ships. Goshia. Does that mean they did leave Earth? Swaruu. Yes, they did, from the 60s until 2008 when Asket took them all down in a space battle. Captured them. Goshia. Okay, you said, you prevent ships from leaving Earth. What ships leave Earth? Are you referring to the SSPs? Swaruu. Some of the remaining ones are SSP, others are reptilian or tall white or maitre, tall grey ships. There is a lot of traffic here. Goshia. Okay, let's leave SSP for another topic as it's a big one too. You said everything around Earth is 5th density. When your ships are close to Earth, are they also in 5th density? Swaruu. All objects outside of Earth are 5th density. Goshia. How far from Earth is it 5th density? Swaruu. The Van Allen belt is the boundary. Goshia. If they are in the 5th density, or below the Van Allen belt, how do we see them? Swaruu. Yes, many ships are below the Van Allen belt and many ships land on the ground or fly low. When UFO enthusiasts say they see plasma ships, they are not seeing the ship itself. It's the ionization that occurs in the atmosphere, when the starship's engines get super hot and ionize air molecules. In short, what they are seeing is the exhaust of the ship. There are also many Black Knight satellites, 19 of them. They are Alfratan L-class fighters. They stay in low Earth orbit, nose down. like a raptor looking for Cabal, Reptilian, or other negative ships. Pleiadian population, Gosia. Are there more people from different places in the Pleiades? Or mainly from the planets you mentioned? Swaruu. Mainly us. But most others do not adopt an incarnate form. They mostly adopt immersive technology. They do the same thing as us, but they adopt the way they deem fit. However, we all must obey the same rules. Gosia. What is immersive technology? Swaruu. A computerized virtual reality where you can infiltrate the digital matrix that controls Earth. You appear and work like a human when you are not one. You go there for a mission or purpose. Gosia. Wow. I definitely want to learn more about that at some point. Now, are you humanoid beings? Swaruu. Yes, we are. We come from the same Lyran branch. Our main differences are 12-strand, 24-chromosome DNA, and due to this difference, our nervous system is also different, and our sexual organs are also different. This is almost all related to the nervous system, which has a much higher nerve voltage than humans, and the brain has no lobes. There is no right and left brain, it's all one brain area. We understand duality holographically, without the conflict between the two brain hemispheres that most Earth people experience. We can also see in the dark like cats, which is also due to a more efficient nervous system, and all our senses are enhanced. We barely feel tired when running, because our recovery time is much faster. This is due to increased mitochondrial efficiency in processing oxygen, and also because of higher oxygen levels in the atmosphere inside our planets and ships. We are 78% oxygen, 20% nitrogen, and 2% other gases. While on Earth, you are approximately 78% nitrogen, 20% oxygen, and 2% other gases. Completely reversed. Also, our sexual organs are larger than on Earth. For a Pleiadian woman, giving birth is not as complicated as for an Earth human. Still hurts like hell though. Gosia. You mean the vagina and penis are larger? Swaruu. Yes. Vagina, penis, and uterus. Furthermore, we don't have skeletal problems, or they are very rare, because the gravity in our planets and ships with artificial gravity is 80% higher than on Earth. Gosia. How do you learn our languages? Swaruu. Through telepathic downloads. And some practice. It's very easy to learn a new language when we exchange so much information with each other here. Most of us speak more than a dozen Earth languages fluently. Gosia. Okay. It is said that you are predominantly female? Swaruu. Our population is about 75% female. Yes. Gosia. Why is it mostly female? What happened to yin and yang? Swaruu. We ourselves don't know the answer. There are many theories. When you look at it purely from a reproductive point of view, it's more like 50-50. Because most of the excess females are old and not interested in partners. Gosia. To clarify, old but still in a 20-year-old body, right? Swaruu. Some 20-year-old women and some who look older. It completely depends on how they want to look. The reason most babies are female also comes from the spiritual side, so cloning doesn't work. Because if most souls are interested in being female, there is no demand for anyone to inhabit male bodies. Everything here is for women. Almost everything. It is easier to carry out projects as a woman, because you are more professionally respected. I know it shouldn't be like this, but that's how things are. Women are very respected in science and art, while men are less so, because Pleiadian men are mostly interested in love and relationships, romance and sports entertainment, and rarely in science and politics, as an example. So even if there are more women here, most are not interested in men, and almost all men are interested in women. So it balances out. Gosia. Completely the opposite of here. Swaruu. Yes. Gosia. What is your native language? Are there any similarities? Swaruu. Our native language is Pleiadian Pleiadian. Similar to the Earth Navajo language, with a bit of Japanese. This language is verbal communication. This means that individual words carry a large amount of telepathic data and meaning. Each word is a telepathic carrier. We speak vocally like you, but when we speak, we also add details to what we say. Each phrase conveys nearly 1000% more data than an ordinary Earth language. Editor's note: Navajo is an indigenous American language spoken in the southwestern United States. Due to its complex structure, Navajo was used by the US military as a code in radio communications during the Pacific War to make it more difficult for the Japanese military to decipher American codes. Gosia. Wow. By the way, I love Native American languages. Swaruu. That's because it comes from Taygeta. because we had an influence on Native American culture. Time and lineage. Gosha, I see. Are you from our future? As they say, because some contacts are with future beings. Swaruu, this requires a long explanation. There is no future. Everything is happening now. It's just your perception and frequency that determine what you are experiencing now. In a way, yes, it can be said that we are from the future, but not from Earth. We are not future Earth humans. Gosia, yes, these concepts are always difficult for us to understand. Okay, so you are not future Earth humans, not time travelers, not going back in time, as some say. Swaruu, traveling in space using warp drive engines is essentially time travel. Gosha, yes, I understand. But I mean, you are not Earth humans who have advanced hundreds of years and come back. Right? Swaruu, right. We are not. We are relatives, both from Lyran lineage, but we are another race, another people, another culture. Gosha, both you and the humans here are of Lyran lineage. Swaruu, yes, and countless other human-looking civilizations that exist. Lyran is the oldest human-looking race,